Talton K. Tal Anderson, Baxter Auto Group, Omaha, Nebraska. Tal Anderson grew up in Stanton, Iowa. His father died when Tal was very young, and his two brothers provided a good foundation and strong work ethic in their meat market. Scholarships to play both basketball and baseball allowed him to go to college, which brought him to UNO. Looking for a part-time job while in college brought him into the auto business.
The story is somewhat comical. He got into the auto industry by accident. He was applying for a job to pump gas and showed up at the wrong location. And the location he showed up to was Johnny Baxter.
His work at Baxter Auto included pumping gas, washing cars, and stocking parts. Later, Tal became a salesperson for Baxter Auto.
As a very young salesperson, he happened to win a contest, and in the contest won some money, but he also won a car. And as a young, early 20-something, he did something that seems rather contrarian to his age, in that he sold the car and took the money and approached Mr. Baxter and asked him if he could buy in and become a partner.
His affiliation with Johnny Baxter became a partnership that changed his future forever.
My father bought out John Baxter around 1983 or 1984. He acquired his next dealership, which was a Toyota store in Bellevue, in 1987, which led to his Lexus store in 1990. And about every couple or 3 years, he found an opportunity that he had some promising individual to run that he would acquire and add to the group. And he did that consistently throughout his career, and by the time that he passed away, I believe we had 12 dealerships. And, you know, Angie and I have carried on exactly as he would have. And so today we have 20 dealerships.
He regarded all of his employees as co-workers and greatly admired those he worked with. He continued to grow the business, to create opportunities for his co-workers. While the auto industry contributes a great deal to the economy, Anderson found additional ways to reinvest and support community causes, including a children's scholarship fund and educating automotive technicians.
So we work with the community colleges to a great extent in order to try to provide scholarships and assistance, and the entire Baxter group has always been very supportive and helpful in that regard.
Tal was often recognized for his achievements. In 1997, he was awarded the Time Magazine Quality Dealer Award, the only Nebraska dealer to be recognized with this national award.
Industry is always changing. There is something always going on. But what I find most interesting is that there's one part that never changes, and that is the guest experience. It's that your interaction and knowing your guest. And I think my father was just brilliant at his people skills.
Tal Anderson passed away in 2009, but his legacy at Baxter Auto continues.
One of my favorite stories of my father was that even just shortly after he had been given what proved to be a fatal diagnosis, he moved ahead and made really 3 acquisitions. And he did it because it was the right thing to do. And even though there was nothing for him to gain, and quite frankly, some significant downside to him, he always took the long view. My mother was always there with him, supporting those decisions.
There's not a day go by where I wish that he wasn't here and I could ask him another question or bounce another idea off of him, because every time I did that, there was a lesson learned.
On behalf of the Baxter Auto Group, I thank you very much for this honor. It's just such a privilege to be here, and I'm enjoying holding people and experiencing this for sure. But Cal would have thought this was fabulous, and it's been very privileged to be here. We are proud to do business in Nebraska, our group, along with the other leaders who have made it a great place to work. I so appreciate all of it, and thank you